We are getting live visuals coming in as media mogul Jimmy Lai is expected to be released on bail anytime soon. Remember, it was yesterday on Monday when in one of the most high-profile enforcements of China's national security law, Jimmy Lai had been arrested. It was yesterday that he had been arrested. It was shortly after Jimmy Lai's arrest that Agnes Chow had also been arrested. She's also one of the leading pro-democracy protesters. But Jimmy Lai, who is a media mogul, his arrest has been viewed as a very high-profile enforcement of the national security law. As you can see, much of the press, media persons have gathered in Hong Kong at this hour as the city prepares to see the release of Jimmy Lai on bail. It's important to note that Hong Kong residents have strongly rallied behind the pro-democracy newspaper that is owned by Jimmy Lai, that is Apple Daily, and that happened soon after its founder Jimmy Lai was detained under a controversial national security law and later arrested. And today he's all set to be released on bail. Residents had lined up from 2 a.m. on Tuesday morning, in the wee hours of Tuesday, after the Daily Tabloid's offices were raided by police following Lai's arrest yesterday. And all that the Hong Kongers wanted to do was to buy copies of Apple Daily. Such has been the impact of Jimmy Lai's arrest. Let's also tell you a little more about who Jimmy Lai is. Jimmy Lai is Hong Kong's media mogul. He's 71 years of age. He was arrested on Monday, and the office of his newspaper Apple Daily was raided by police. Since protests against Hong Kong's national security law began last year, Lai has prominently supported the pro-democracy movement, and which perhaps also explains why he was arrested on Monday under the national security law. According to Hong Kong's police, Lai had been charged with violating the territory's new national security law. It's important to note at the same time that Lai is a citizen of the United Kingdom, but was born in China's Guangzhou province. According to news reports, at the age of 12, Lai had fled his village in mainland China and reached Hong Kong as a stowaway on a fishing boat. And ever since then, he worked his way up, coming on to becoming the media mogul in Hong Kong, where now he owns one of the leading dailies, Apple Daily. And as we said, Apple Daily and Hong Kongers have been strongly rallying behind Jimmy Lai. Was his arrest, which almost seemed to have backfired for Hong Kongers, because on the front pages of Apple Daily was the image of a handcuffed Jimmy Lai, the new overnight hero in Hong Kong. And as you can see, we speak about Jimmy Lai's bravery. You have media persons awaiting his release on bail. In a short while from now, Jimmy Lai will be stepping out as he will be released on bail. And it was yesterday that he was held under the national security law. Now, many have been lining up to purchase the Apple Daily, especially today was a day when the Apple Daily actually noticed a huge jump in their circulation, and many others left stacks of papers on stairs or in their apartment compounds, only so that others who couldn't afford to buy the newspaper could actually purchase the newspaper and read it. Residents had been lining up from 2 a.m. on Tuesday, in the wee hours after the Daily Tabloid's offices were raided by the police following Lai's arrest. And that is perhaps one of the reasons that got the newspaper selling like hotcake. And people, all they wanted to do was to buy copies of the paper, just in a show of support. So it's not just the media persons in Hong Kong, but also the people of Hong Kong, the residents who have rallied behind the pro-democracy newspaper and its founder, Jimmy Lai, who was detained under the controversial national security law that is now being used to crack down on dissent in Hong Kong. As I mentioned earlier, pro-democracy protester Agnes Chow has also been arrested under the national security law. And so, with this crackdown on dissent, one can also sense growing anger amongst Hong Kongers. Remember to stay tuned to WION World is One as we bring you more visuals and the latest from Hong Kong. For now, let's dip into a short break.